Hey, what's going on, everybody? We've got good news and we've got bad news for Operation Phoenix in today's video. I'm just going to give it to you guys straight. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So over on Dex Screener, as you guys can see on the daily, the price is going down once again. All those nice gains that we had here just the other day has essentially been eliminated. So back on March 4th, a nice rally up. We had a very nice volume day on top of everything else. And then the two following days afterwards pulled it significantly down. And on the new daily formation, we're very close to the bottom of that as well. If you've been watching my other videos, you've seen me talk already about these color lines, which is the Fibonacci retracement. Just to get people caught up to speed in case you did not watch those videos, I've been indicating that this indicator is actually doing very, very well with monitoring the movement of this token. I love the Fibonacci retracement. I feel like it's been very reliable for me when I've looked at charts throughout my time, years inside of the world of crypto. And lo and behold, take a look. What we have right here is one daily candle close, basically right on that Fibonacci line at 0.053 cents. I said that if it drops down below that, then the next major level to test would be at 0.04. And what ended up happening? We see that the bottom wick basically bounced right off of that line, came back up, so it showed a level of support, okay? Then we have the new daily candle. It dropped down also, same thing. Bounced right off that line, came back up again. When we're looking at trends, you want at least two instances of something, ideally three or more. So the fact that we've had two right here is suggesting a trend continuation down. That's not a good sign. If a third instance was to try and push down on this again, that would suggest that we have a very high likelihood that it might end up dropping out. Okay, I got some good news. Don't worry. Keep watching the video. Let me explain more. So this is down 18.95%. That's not nice to talk about. It's $30,000 in trading volume on the sell side, $17,000 on the buy side. If this drops down here, then the next major level of support would be all the way down at 2 cents, 0.023, okay? We have broken down below this level before. This was actually back on March 2nd. That dropped all the way down to around 3 cents, 0.032. Came back up. Volume we saw pretty considerable. So again, we see these drops take place. Another element that's not so fun to talk about is that the holder count is very flat right now. Like we're sitting basically at the same holder count every day. We might gain some new wallets, but then there's also people that are staking. If you stake 100% and then you're adding back to your previous wallet, then suggestively that makes you look like you're a new holder, even though you're not. So we've got a lot of this back and forth that's going on. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the good news now. I know that that may have sounded like a Debbie Downer type thing, but I really think it's important whenever we cover this stuff that we do talk about pros and cons of situations. We make a lot of self-awareness come up so that hopefully we can move forward in the right direction. And again, I try to make you guys be very informed on things. So now that the bad news is out of the way, let's talk about some good different elements here. First off is that the $47,000 in trading volume is what we're looking at over on the PancakeSwap side. Another element that's really good is it looks like they've got the arbitration bot now set up, working. I saw reports over in the Operation Phoenix Telegram group that that's doing quite well. And it's also going to be helping with burning. So keep in mind when people are trying to use their own bots to do arbitration between the different exchanges with Operation Phoenix, different liquidity pools, etc., that can really fluctuate and mess with the price. This arbitration bot that they created is going to help combat against that. So it basically has the privilege of coming in before these other trading bots to help prevent that stuff from happening and making the price more even across all the different exchanges. So that in itself is an absolutely phenomenal thing to create. Then we also need to take into consideration where the trajectory of this could be moving into next. One of which is through marketing. That marketing wallet is still very juicy. Where are they going to be putting those funds into? That's a great question. We're very close to the Phoenix Friday. Hopefully we'll get some news coming that's going to be really bullish there. Another element is, as will be noted in this subreddit article that I'm going to be reading to you guys, this is the newest post by Original Daddy by B, that there is a huge whale, I'm talking a big boy whale, that apparently has been selling tremendous amounts of Operation Phoenix in these bursts for quite a while now. And the good news is they're basically out of tokens. So a lot of the sell pressure that we've been seeing has been coming from not basically just one whale. It's obviously more than one person, but the amount that has impacted us negatively from one person that's such a big whale is quite considerable. And that person being basically out of tokens at this point from what we're observing here gives an ample opportunity to where there will be less sell pressure likely as we try to make movements back up. Okay, so let's actually dive into that right now. Sneaky whales in the start of the alt season. Operation Phoenix Army. Let's start today by going back to the original reason for these reports, and that was to track the whale movements. We had two big whale movements today that we should highlight. The first was a whitelist person who did an emergency withdrawal from the 30-day staking pool. He took a 25% loss in tokens because he didn't want to wait 3 more days and decided to dump it all at once instead of responsibly selling it down. The person had 250,000 tokens worth roughly $15,000 staked. However, after the fees and dump, he walked away with a little over $8,000. He immediately put it into a token that died a couple years ago and has made no profits since moving it. Don't be like this guy. The second is a very tricky whale that has been hard to track, primarily because they took their tokens and sent them to a handful of different wallets. Over the last 4 weeks, this whale has been selling down each of their wallets at different times. I don't know why they wanted to play the hidden wallet game, but it doesn't really matter because they're almost out. They have sold down 2.4 million tokens over a 34-day period and only have 200,000 tokens left. I've been tracking the two wallets as two large whales starting with 1.6 million and 1 million tokens. However, after some thorough research, I was able to find where these wallets have shared tokens between themselves, letting me know it's the same whale. I want to emphasize this person has given us roughly $150,000 in sell pressure. It is now down to their last $8,000. This person has single-handedly been holding us back. I wouldn't say that it's single-handedly, in my opinion, but yeah, they did have a huge impact. The arbitrage bot did its first buyback and burn today. I asked Matt about how it operates, and he said that they do not have a specific time of when the burn occurs. It will make small buy and burns to keep a constant growth rate instead of larger purchases and causing massive price jumps that are predictable. Joe did a video today that highlights all the hot aspects of Operation Phoenix. Please go to his channel, watch it to help get views up, get the word out to others. Don't forget about Crypto Atlas. Thank you very much for that shout out. And do your own research media as well. Matt teased today in Telegram that we could get a sneak peek this Friday of the new game-changing advancements they're adding to the DEX. He teased it will make tokens want to list with us over the competition. Roughly 40 hours, and we should get more information. Sean even teased that we could see the actual updates live as early as next week, but we know he never makes promises. We don't want any of those imminent promises that never come true. I'm a huge fan of George. They say that they're a huge fan of George, who runs the Crypto R Us channel, and he made a very powerful video today on the altcoin trend. Based on the previous trend, we are just entering altcoin season, and we should see the rockets starting to take off. Definitely worth watching the first couple of minutes to get a broader understanding. We hit the 30% stake for 6 months mark today, which brings the total staked to a little over 48% of the total supply. The BNB raffle ends in a little over a day. Not many tickets have been purchased, so the odds of winning are considerably high if you hold a single ticket. And I also want to talk about BNB just very briefly. BNB is doing good, baby. Take a look at the chart here on the daily. It is pushing higher and higher. And as we make our way back to that previous all-time high, we have some room for growth, okay? So BNB looking really good, sitting around $435 as it moves up. Has a little bit of an impact over for Operation Phoenix as well, and the credibility of Binance Smart Chain tokens. I think one of the things to really consider too is that the Ethereum gas fees are just so absurdly high that a lot of people might be looking at some of these other different blockchains such as Binance Smart Chain. I continue to hark on clarity and understanding leading the way to a successful project. Now that I figured out the same whale has been single-handedly bleeding our LP out, I feel a lot better knowing that he has sold down over 90% of his tokens and is pretty much out. Where would we be if we had that extra $150,000 back in the LP? We would be at a new all-time high. Where we would be at the time he is dumping, we should see his sell pressure completely gone by the end of the week. I'm frustrated to see how someone with so much power can impede our growth, but I sit back and know I should be grateful. They've been selling down slowly, 10,000 to 50,000 tokens. We need one more major push to shake this whale. I'm hoping the Phoenix Friday will provide enough volume to offset the rest of his sales. Once this hurdle is done, which has been a huge hurdle, we should see quite a price jump with the limited sell pressure. Feeling a little bitter about the whale, but extremely excited to push through and see what happens once the pressure is gone. That whale did take 1 day off from selling, and that was 2 days ago when we had our big rally. And as always, I feel bullish because I understand the situation, know we have a little bit more whale fat to eat up. Who's ready to eat up that last $8,000 they're going to dump? Phoenix Army. All right. Well, guys, personally, I'm still quite optimistic about this. I really want to stress this to you. That marketing wallet really hasn't been touched. So even though our holder count is essentially flatlined at the moment, anybody that's selling out of this token project before they actually start doing a strong marketing push, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but to each their own. I'd love to get your opinion on that. Tell us down in the comments below. Besides that, guys, I keep talking about the crypto exchange Margex. I'm going to keep talking about it. It's a cool exchange. They got leverage trading, anywhere from 5x to 100x leverage. There's no KYC. It only takes maybe a minute to make an account. And you can go and explore it without having to do a deposit. If you do a deposit of $100, you can get a $50 bonus by using my referral link. So it pushes you from 100 to 150 bucks there just by using my referral link. And they also have copy trading. They've got staking options on there. They have demo funds if you want to play with those, just to see how leverage trading kind of works. You guys can check that out. I got the referral link in the description below. Then also there's an exclusive trading group. Talks about a lot of new crypto plays. If you want to join this exclusive group, you can check out the link to that through Patreon. That's with HG Access. Thank you so much to my personal Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to We Love, Victor Vegas, Worlds of Rizvi for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.